And I think consensus, especially the last couple of years, has gone out the window. How many rate hikes were we expecting going into 2023? And look where we are now. So I think that, yeah, expectations have been a little skewed. So behind closed doors, what seems to be the conversation around the regulatory environment? Is everybody kind of on the same page that the SEC is overstepping their bounds, or is it just kind of like a 50-50?
It's definitely not 50-50. I would say that more people don't like the SEC's position than people who do. But I think it's the same sentiment that you see online from people in the industry, right? It's kind of like it's hard to convince people of anything other than what is good for their wallet. And so I think you're kind of seeing that play out a little bit as well. But I also think that you even see dissent within the regulators, right? Whenever there's some sort of case or judgment or action that's taken by the SEC, sometimes you will see some of the SEC commissioners write a dissenting argument, and they'll say, actually, we don't agree with this. Right. But there's a group of people. And of course, anytime we get a group of people together, people aren't going to agree all the time. And so I don't think it's like weird that there are people who disagree. What I do think, though, is that we have to be very kind of intentional and intelligent about, okay, if you don't like it, then what are you going to do? Right. And so I tend to think you need to be much more in kind of a builder's mindset than a destroyer's mindset. A destroyer just wants to destroy things. It's all about destruction, right? They want to yell and scream. They want to complain. They want to tear down the system. They want to do all this stuff. Okay, great. But at the end of the destroyer's, kind of evolution is destruction. Like there was nothing left. You tore it all down. Congratulations. Now you live in a horrible, destroyed, kind of economy or an industry or whatever. On the other hand, kind of the builder's mindset is, okay, if there is something I don't like, I can use my talents, my time, my energy, and resources to go and build a better solution. And you'll hear me say all the time, it's like compete, don't complain, right? Compete, don't complain. And the more that you can go and try to do that, I think at the end of that journey is a much better outcome because now you've built something. Maybe it wins, maybe it doesn't, but you're actually building, you're contributing rather than destroying. And as we've seen over and over again, politics is the best area. There's a lot of destructionists that are just yelling and screaming at each other from both sides of the aisle. They want to tear down whatever the other side did. We don't get any progress that way. Instead, if people said, hey, I got a plan, here's my plan. And the other side said, well, I got a better plan. I'm going to build my plan. And the market would figure out who's got the better plan, what actually gets the objective accomplished. At the end of the day, the people would end up with it solved. Right? Like they would get the solution regardless of which side it came from. And so I just think that, being an optimist, being a builder and kind of staying away from the complaining and the destructionist type behavior will serve people better in the long run.